Hi, I'm Zane. For someone who just turned 35, I've done pretty well for myself. Senior investment analyst at one of Boston's top firms, nice house in the suburbs, and most importantly, married to the most amazing woman I've ever met. Mia came into my life like a hurricane 4 years ago. She worked as a barista at the coffee shop near my office, always remembering my complicated order. 3 years of marriage later, and I still catch myself staring at her sometimes, wondering how I got so lucky. She grew up in a small town. Dad was a mechanic. Mom worked double shifts as a waitress. Hard-working people who taught Mia the value of a dollar and honest work. My family is different. Upper middle class for generations. Private schools, country clubs, the whole 9 yards. My sister Alicia is the worst of them all. Harvard Business School, married to Jordan, a surgeon, and never lets anyone forget it. She's been riding Mia since day one about everything from her accent to her table manners. Tonight was supposed to be special. My birthday dinner at Carlisle's, this fancy steakhouse downtown. Mom and Dad were there, Alicia and Jordan, plus a few cousins and friends. So Mia, tell everyone about that adorable little shop you worked at before you met Zane, Alicia said, swirling her wine glass with that smirk she always has. It was just a coffee shop, nothing special really, Mia replied, smiling politely. Oh, come on, don't be modest. Tell them how you used to write people's names on cups. So quaint. I could see Mia tensing up beside me. The coffee shop was great. I met your brother there, didn't I? And now look at you, sitting in Carlisle's pretending to know which fork to use. Alicia laughed, and to my horror, so did everyone else. Even my father Marcus chuckled. Notice how she cuts her steak? My golf instructor says you can always tell someone's background by how they hold their knife. Alicia demonstrated with exaggerated movements. The table erupted in laughter again. Mia's cheeks flushed red. Remember when she asked what foie gras was at Christmas dinner? Mom added, and I couldn't believe she was joining in. Mia looked down at her plate, her hands shaking slightly. That's enough. My voice came out louder than I expected, and the table went completely silent. This is supposed to be a celebration, not a roast of my wife. Oh, relax, Zane. We're just having a little fun, Alicia rolled her eyes. No, you're being cruel, and I'm done with it. Mia has more class in her pinky finger than you have in your entire body, Alicia. Wow, dramatic much? It's just jokes. They're not jokes if the person isn't laughing. I stood up, throwing my napkin on the table. Thanks for the lovely birthday, everyone. Mia, let's go. The drive home was quiet until Mia reached over and squeezed my hand. Thank you for standing up for me. I should have done it a long time ago, but I promise you this, they're never going to treat you that way again. What are you going to do? I gripped the steering wheel tighter. I don't know yet, but I'm done letting Alicia get away with this. It's time she learned what happens when you mess with my family. The next morning, I couldn't shake the anger. 3 years of Alicia's jokes flashed through my mind. The backhanded compliments at our wedding, the way she'd correct Mia's pronunciation at family gatherings, the constant reminders of our different backgrounds. You've been staring at that coffee for 10 minutes, Mia said, sliding onto the bar stool next to me. Still thinking about last night? I should have shut this down years ago. This isn't the first time she's done this. It's not worth getting worked up over. I'm used to it. That's exactly the problem. You shouldn't have to be used to it. My phone buzzed with a text from Elena, my parents' longtime friend who'd been at the dinner. She'd always been kind to Mia. Elena wants to meet for coffee, says she needs to talk to me about something important. Go. I've got errands to run anyway. An hour later, I was sitting across from Elena at Riverside Cafe. What you did last night took guts, standing up to your family like that. Honestly, I should have done it sooner. There's something you should know, Zane. Your sister's behavior goes beyond those dinner table jokes. What do you mean? Alicia has been talking about Mia to everyone who'll listen. Last month at your mother's garden party, which Mia conveniently wasn't invited to, Alicia was telling people that Mia only married you for your money. My blood ran cold. She said, what? That's not all. She implied Mia might be cheating because of her background and how people like her don't understand commitment the same way we do. That's insane. Mia works harder than anyone I know, and she's never even looked at another guy. I know that, but your cousin Rebecca doesn't. Neither does your Aunt Patricia. They believe Alicia because she's family. How long has this been going on? Since before the wedding. Remember how half the family seemed cold to Mia at the reception? Now you know why? I called my cousin Rebecca on the drive home. I was wondering when you'd finally call me about this. So it's true, Alicia's been spreading rumors about Mia? For years. She told everyone Mia trapped you by pretending to be pregnant. That never happened. I figured. Alicia always had a mean streak, but this is next level. She even showed us texts supposedly from Mia about scoring a rich husband. They seemed fake, but you know how convincing Alicia can be. By the time I got home, I had a plan forming. I needed evidence recordings, screenshots, anything that would expose Alicia's true nature to the family. You look like you're plotting something, Mia said when I walked in. I'm done letting Alicia control the narrative. She's been poisoning the family against you for years. What are you going to do? First, I'm buying a voice recorder. Then I'm going to have a heart-to-heart with my dear sister. Is that even legal? In Massachusetts, as long as one party knows they're being recorded, it's completely legal, and Alicia's about to show her true colors. Just be careful. She's smart, and she's got your parents wrapped around her finger. Not for long. I've spent my career analyzing data and spotting patterns. Time to put those skills to use on my own family. I ordered a high-quality voice recorder online with next-day delivery. This was just the beginning. Alicia had no idea what was coming. The voice recorder arrived the next morning. I tested it, slipped it into my jacket pocket, and called Alicia. Well, look who's crawled back after that dramatic exit. Ready to apologize? Actually, I wanted to talk. Just us. No Mia, no Jordan. Lunch at Marino's. Fine, but you're paying after that little stunt you pulled. Marino's was busy enough that no one would overhear us. I arrived early, started the recorder, and waited. Alicia showed up 15 minutes late, designer sunglasses still on inside. So, what's this heart-to-heart about? Finally seeing the light about your little barista? I leaned forward, lowering my voice. Things haven't been great since the dinner. Mia's been acting different. Alicia's eyes lit up instantly. I knew it. What happened? I don't know. It's like she's changed. Maybe you were right about her. Of course I was right. I told Mom and Dad from day one she was after your money. The way she latched onto you. So obvious. You really think so? Please, Zane. A girl from that background suddenly interested in Mr. Investment Banker? She saw dollar signs the moment you walked into that coffee shop. But she seemed so genuine. They all do. That's how they trap guys like you. I've been protecting you the only way I could. By telling the family she was cheating on me? Alicia didn't even flinch. Sometimes you need to exaggerate to make people see the truth. And the fake text messages you showed everyone? A necessary evil. Dad was about to add her to the family trust. Can you imagine? I took a sip of water to calm myself. Speaking of Dad, he mentioned helping you out with some investment thing last month. Oh, that. Just a small business opportunity. Dad was happy to contribute. How much? Just $50,000. Small potatoes for him. And the loan before that? For your kitchen renovation? What is this, an interrogation? Mom and Dad are happy to help me. I'm their daughter. Their daughter who's taken over $200,000 from them in the last year alone? Alicia's face hardened. You've been checking their finances? Dad asked me to look over some things. He's worried about retirement. Well, tell him to stop worrying. My new business venture is going to pay off big time. The same way the boutique did, or the juice bar, or the interior design consultancy. Those were learning experiences. They were failures that Mom and Dad bankrolled. You're bleeding them dry, Alicia. You know nothing about my relationship with our parents. I know enough, just like I know about what you did to Jordan's sister when she tried to warn him about you. Alicia froze. Who've you been talking to? Lots of people. Turns out when you start asking questions, everyone has an Alicia story. You little snake, this whole lunch was a setup. I learned from the best. One more thing. Remember Cousin Rachel's wedding you almost ruined? She's coming to dinner at my house tomorrow night. Mom and Dad, too. I think it's time everyone compared notes on the real Alicia. They'll never believe you over me. We'll see about that. I patted my jacket pocket. I've got more than just words to, we'll see about that. As I walked out, I texted Mia. The trap is set. Time to prepare for tomorrow. Our dining room looked perfect. Mia had outdone herself with a spread that would make any restaurant jealous. My laptop was connected to speakers, recordings ready. Mom, Dad, Cousin Rachel, and Jordan arrived before Alicia, who waltzed in 30 minutes late. Sorry, everyone, board meeting ran over. The struggles of success, you know? During the first course, Alicia couldn't help herself. So Mia, did Zane help you pick out these dishes? They're surprisingly elegant. They're my grandmother's, 3 generations on a farm in Ohio. How rustic. Speaking of rustic, remember that time you asked what escargot was? I stood up. Actually, I remember a different conversation about Mia. Let me play it for everyone. I pressed play. Alicia's voice filled the room. A girl from that background suddenly interested in Mr. Investment Banker? She saw dollar signs the moment you walked into that coffee shop? Alicia's face went white. You recorded me? That's illegal. One-party consent state, completely legal. I played another clip of her admitting to showing fake text messages. Dad put down his fork. What text messages? The ones where Alicia pretended to be Mia talking about scoring a rich husband. They never existed. That's absurd, Alicia sputtered. I nodded to Cousin Rachel. You tried to ruin my wedding. You even attempted to spill wine on my dress at the rehearsal dinner. Jordan looked stunned. Is that true? They're all ganging up on me. I placed financial documents on the table. Dad, these are records of Alicia's small loans from you. Over $200,000 in the last year alone. None of her businesses ever launched. Dad's face hardened. We mortgaged the lake house for your boutique. You said it was thriving. It will be. I just need more time. Jordan stood up. Just like you needed time to explain the credit card charges? Or the text from your business partner? He removed his wedding ring. Expect divorce papers this week. Alicia turned desperately to our parents. Mom, Dad, you can't believe this. Dad shook his head. No more money, Alicia. No more bailouts. Fine. I don't need any of you. Alicia stormed out. A month later, we hosted another dinner. Elena, Rachel, Jordan, and my parents gathered around our table. Mia raised her glass. To real family. The ones who stand by you, not the ones who share your DNA. My phone buzzed with a text from Alicia. I'm sorry. Can we talk? I deleted it without responding. Some bridges stay burned for a reason. The latest news on Alicia? Her designer boutique closed before it opened. She's selling her house to cover debts, and no one returns her calls anymore. Sometimes karma doesn't need your help. It just needs you to stop standing in its way. The story has ended. Would you forgive a toxic family member who only apologized after losing everything? Or was Zane right to delete Alicia's text without responding? Family is family, but some actions can't be undone. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this revenge story, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about standing up to toxic people. New stories every day.